be free. For in our veins there flows the blood of Washington and Lee. No foreign flag upon thy sod shall we allow to stand. No iron shackles from abroad shall touch thy foot or hand. They mock thy army, say 'tis small, thy navy too they scorn. Have they forgot the laurels won since freedom here was born? They say thy untrained citizens will never soldiers be. Have they forgot those valiant men who fought in '63? America, thy sons are true, and if thou wilt but call, 10 million men will give to thee their homes, their lives, their all. For thou dost stand for what is right, for freedom of the seas. God grant old glory may always float forever in the breeze.
We've noticed in the schools of America today a shift away from this understanding of our roots. This concept of liberty, what does it mean? This is a turning back to things that are important, to success principles.
Well, the children are the hope of America, and they're the ones that are going to carry our freedom on to our grandchildren and on and beyond. We have to spend significant time teaching our children, and they have the ideology of anything is possible. And we want to teach them of the wonderful things that are possible in a free country.
We are not Democrats or Republicans, we are Americans. And that's how it needs to be. We need to be serving each other. We need to be understanding each other. We need to have passion for each other, and particularly for this God-blessed land of America.
You gotta pay a price, you gotta sacrifice for your liberty. Woo! Yeah! Freedom isn't free. Yeah, we go. Freedom isn't free. Free!
Know all men that the most illustrious Charles, by the grace of God, King of France, is pleased to confer upon his well-beloved servant, Joan of Arc, the title, emoluments, and authorities of General-in-Chief of the armies of France.
I felt confident, energetic, and I seemed to have a great endurance for fatigue. Sometimes, when all seemed lost, and my men seemed exhausted and discouraged, I went off to pray. And when I returned, my sacred banner filled the men with confidence. They were renewed to achieve the impossible. The victory was close at hand, and my men followed me with my indomitable courage as we charged over the walls of our enemies. The English, thinking they were safe, found themselves under attack, in front and in back.
But despite the attack on May 26, 1430, Joan was captured. She was imprisoned and kept in heavy chains for months. She was accused of witchcraft and of following the devil. Her freedom would be granted only upon her denial of the voices. Nothing would change her mind, and she stood by her testimony until she died. The fires were ignited around the stake, and she was again given the chance to recant.
Every man gives his life for what he believes. Every woman gives her life for what she believes. Some people believe in little or nothing, and they give their lives to that little or nothing. One life is all we have. We live it as we believe in living it, and then it's gone. But to surrender what you are and live without belief is more terrible than dying.
Do you hear the people singing the song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes. Will you join in our crusade? Who will be strong and stand with me? Beyond the barricade, is there a world you long to see? Then join in the fight that will give you the right to be free. Do you hear the people singing the song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes. Will you give all you can give so that our banner may advance? Some will fall and some will live. Will you stand up and take a chance? The blood of the martyrs will water the meadows of France. Do you hear the people singing a song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes.
I can feel the passion of the people in the audience. I can sort of relate, and I sometimes can make up stories about people in the audience, and it helps me to kind of be passionate about it, and it helps me realize that there are people with hard situations and that they will never walk alone. So
it really awakens in me and in my children who got to see it as well, the need to study the founders.
Our kids today are kind of naive about our history and the importance of the Declaration of Independence and why our forefathers, went through this battle, to gain freedom from King George III.
We can never forget that this is the promised land.
Everyone tends to forget what's important in this life and freedom and what our country stands for, and this show and the oath reminds us of what we stand for and what really matters.
Kids nowadays are pretty busy, as everybody is, and they don't always have time to get caught up in patriotism and, United States. And so this is a good thing for them.
But this is really cool because it's from different musicals, and it's all about our freedom and our country.
You look out at the audience, and I see my grandparents, and they're crying and stuff, and the last couple performances I've been a little choked up. So.
Into darkness, into danger, into storms that rip the night. Don't give in, don't give up, but give thanks for the glorious fight. You can tremble, you can fear it, but keep that fighting spirit alive, boys. Let the shiver of it sting you, fling into battle, spring to your feet. Boys, never hold back your step for a moment. Never doubt that your courage will grow. Hold your head even higher, and into the fire we go. Men, if we don't stand for something, we will fall for anything. Are there mountains that surround us? Are there walls that block the way? Knock them down, strip them back, boys, and forward and into the fray. into terror, into valor, charge ahead, no, never turn. Yes, it's into the fire we fly, and the devil will burn. Someone has to face a valley, rush in, we have to rally and win. Boys, when the world is saying not to, that's when you know you've got to march on. Boys, never hold back your step for a moment. Never doubt that your courage will grow. Hold your head even higher and into the fire we go.
Let the lightning strike. Let the flash of it shock.
Spirit. Choke your fears away. Pull as tight as a wire. Let the fever spike. Let the force of it rock you. We will have our day sailing into the fire. Men, we must not just live or exist. We must fight to the death. Yes. Someone has to face the valley, ocean rally, and win, boys. That's when you know you've got to march on, boys. Never hold back your step for a moment. Look alive, oh, your courage will grow. Yes, it's higher and higher, and into the fire we go. Into fire, on